Hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you the XP farm routes for all 4 maps in the 999 Nights game mode. The amount of XP you get will be different based on your game's difficulty mode, but the places to farm the XP will stay the same. Before we start, I wanna talk a little bit about gear, especially in story mode. Obviously, there will be a lot of better gear and AFK methods in higher difficulty modes, but that's a topic for another day. In story mode, you'll only be focusing on Zero, Min, and Iroi. You can safely ignore Shinku for now, as you can't get any other gear unless you buy it from the fluffy merchant. Now for those 3 characters, you don't have to worry too much about their gear in story mode, since you can basically equip any high rarity and higher level equipment with offensive stats like attack percent, critical rate, or critical damage. For the XP farm route in Chocolate Volcano, you can fight the monsters on the bottom right here. In story mode, you can get around 5000 XP from here, but you will get more XP as you play on higher difficulty modes. So from this campfire, you can just go straight to the west, and then fight all of the monsters right here. Once you have killed all of the monsters, you can teleport back to the campfire. Right here. Interact with the campfire, and then use the button on the top left to refresh the monsters. And then now you can go back to fight them again. In story mode, you can technically kill the final boss at Golden Sand Domain at level 15. But I highly recommend you to farm in this spot until you reach level 18 or above so you can kill the final boss more easily. For Milk Ice Mountain, you can fight the monsters on the top right here. In story mode, you can get around 24,000 XP from these 2 locations. So from this campfire, you want to kill the enemies on both locations, and then continue to the next campfire to refresh the monsters instead of teleporting back. After that, you can just fight all the enemies again and head back to the first campfire to refresh the monsters. Now, let me show you the route from this campfire. So from here, just go straight, and then fight the monsters right here. And then after that, you can just go straight to the southeast and then fight the other monsters. Once you have killed all of the monsters, you can just go straight to the southeast again and refresh the monsters in this campfire. So right here, refresh the monsters, and then leave, and then you can just go back to the northwest and fight all of the monsters back to the first campfire. I highly recommend you to farm in these 2 spots until you reach level 30 or above, so you can kill the final boss more easily. For Ember Sugar Lake, you can fight the monsters on the top right here. In story mode, you can get around 100,000 XP from these 4 locations. So from this campfire, you want to kill the enemies on all 4 locations and refresh the monsters at the next campfire right here. After that, you can just fight all of the enemies again and head back to the first campfire to refresh the monsters. Now, let me show you the route from this campfire. So from here, you can already see the enemies, and also the enemies behind you. You can fight all of them. And then once you have killed all of the enemies, you can head to northeast, so just go straight. And then fight the enemies right here. And then from here, go straight to northeast again. And then now you can just go straight to northeast to the campfire. And then you can also kill some of the enemies right here. And then now, just interact with the campfire, refresh the monsters, and now you can just go back and defeat all of the monsters again back to the first campfire. I highly recommend you to farm in these 4 spots until you reach level 37 or above so you can kill the final boss more easily. For Crimson Castle, you can fight the monsters on the bottom right before the final boss. I don't have the exact XP amount for this one, since I had reached the maximum level in story mode first. But if you're wondering for a good spot for XP farm in higher difficulties, then you can definitely use this spot right here. So from this campfire, you can just use Shingu, and then run through here, and then fight all of the enemies right here. Now, once you have killed all of the monsters, you can just use Shingu and then run back to the campfire. Interact with the campfire, refresh the monsters, and then you can just go back to defeat all of the monsters again. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye.